Paris. Claire D. Kohlheim here. Ha, 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 ha. Claire D. Kohlheim. Kolobama Kohlheim, Kolobama, whatever. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Theater Thursday. Each and every week, I introduce you to a friend of mine who has just taken this theater world by storm, either locally or internationally or nationally. But these are people who I love. These are people who I respect. These are people whose crafts have impacted me in some way, shape, or form. So before we get started, I want to invite you all to like and share or like and follow Claire D. Kohlheim here on Facebook, Claire Kohlheim on YouTube, and Kolobama on Periscope. Yes. I want to give a shout out to my previous guests, Kanisha Reed, Kristen Gilmore, Nikisha Williams, Kia Johnson, Noelia Warnett Jones, Marcus Cox, Jay Jerome, Rogers, Amelia Bird, Ebony, Tamara Parrish, Curtis C., and Laura Stracco for being previous guests on my show. Yes. I see my special guest is sweating back there. He's like looking at all these names. You among the names, brother. No need to get nervous. All right, y'all. So if you want to be pen pals with me, feel free to take a picture, screenshot right now. Yes, during this pandemic, let's keep in touch. Let's keep in touch. Yes. And if you want your streams to be popping like your girls, feel free to go to bit.ly/StreamYard-CDK and put some life into your live streams. All right, y'all. I don't have any theater news today, but so I just want to go ahead and get started and jump on in there. Let me welcome my guest. He used to be a student of mine, so this is a very special episode for me. I really am excited to introduce to you all Karl Witha K Robinson. Hi, Karl.
Yes, that's me. Hi.
How
How are
are you?
you?
I'm good. How are you, boo?
I'm well. I'm
You're,
excited. I'm
you're
excited.
okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead. I want to share something with our audience. If you would give me 1 second. Now, if you haven't already done so, in my description, I have information on how you can follow Karl, and I'm going to start off by showing the people a little bit of what he's been doing here in the Memphis area. All right,
Oh,
here we go.
okay.
Go ahead on, Karl. Can you explain what we're looking at?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I've been having the opportunity to work with Miss Whitney Brannon, and she's given me a chance to learn the ropes of choreography,
Oh.
how it all breaks down, how it works, how to teach it to the dancer and the non-dancer.
Mm.
And here you're watching Back to School from Grease 2, the movie. Wasn't
Okay.
the best one, but it was
You,
okay.
all right, and then I also see you on this video here.
Uh,
Not this one, but let me see
mhm.
if my thing will work. Let's see if this one works. Because I saw, there you are. Not that one. That's a video. This
Oh, it was
one.
good.
So tell us, so why are you in the front right here? What are you doing?
Uh, well, I was the dance assistant, so it was my job to make sure I knew the dance and then be able to stand in front of the class each turn a group went to lead them in the number itself. I counted them off, and then we did the number.
Oh, really? So how
Yeah,
has working with Whitney been for you?
it's kind of euphoric, a little breathtaking. What a lot of people don't
Okay.
know is I've had a chance to work with Whitney on 3 occasions where she was my director as well as my choreographer. And I've been leads in 2 shows of hers. I did Madagascar the musical. I was Marty the Zebra, and then I did Schoolhouse Rock. I played Tom, and then I was in the ensemble of Head Over Heels. And working with her on stage in rehearsals, I don't know. It's really cool. It's kind of interesting because she has a way to get you to understand things, whether it's a dance step, it's a way she might move her body, or a way that she might say it that clicks with you, like, oh, that makes sense. And then when she expressed it through the movements, you hear the sound she made, you hear the words she said, then you see the move she did. And it kind of, they correlate, they work together. And
So
me
she
working with her
layers it in a
currently,
way. You're working with her
mhm,
currently?
yeah, currently with working with her, assisting her in some classes, I get to be a part of the process more intimately to see how she works, how she changes things, how she skips. I don't see her draw things, but I know she does draw because I'm a visual learner, and that's what grasped me the most. It was how she would take the dance steps, draw them, so you have a visual image of what it should look like. Then she emulates that with the move, put them together. You got some really good choreography.
Oh, wow. You know, I'm not a dancer, but I think we've just come into the Flower Power Shower Hour. So I want to
Mhm.
welcome Whitney Brandon to our stage.
Hey, Whitney.
Carl, I'm so excited to be a part of something that is celebrating how amazing you are as an artist in so many different capacities. And I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I did write something out, a couple paragraphs to celebrate you,
Okay,
because I want
okay.
this to be
I'm
all
all
about
ears.
you. So, talent and graciousness are both beautiful, but often rarely intertwined in the same person. Carl is one of those people who carries both with ease. It is natural to him. His reputation as a hard worker is undeniable. You know, every performer has whispers that kind of precede them. These whispers walk around town before a performer even enters the room. They're our first introduction to that performer. The whispers that precede Carl are about his joyful work ethic, his ability to focus on the work and not the drama, his gumption, his desire to strive for the stars, his desire to see a show as an entire being, a living thing worth of care in its entirety, not just as a platform for personal recognition. He gets recognition because he adds to a show. He doesn't selfishly steal. His star shines bright and lights up the others around him in the process. Sometimes you'll hear as an audience member after a performance say that they just like someone on stage. They don't know why. They just get a feeling. I know what that feeling is. It's when you look at someone who is a giver, not a taker. He adds talent, competency, kindness to a show. That's why people who see him perform always walk away loving him. The best masters never view themselves as masters. They are eternal students. And that's the lens in which I view others in the community before I trust them. That's the it factor for me, the it factor. And Coral has it. And that is why it is my pleasure to be working with them. Um, it's an honor every time I get to share the stage with Coral. It's an honor every time I get to choreograph a show that he's in. It's an honor every time I get to direct Carl. And recently, like I was just saying, I have gained so very much by working with Carl as a co-choreographer. Wrapping it up, to give back to someone who means and gives so much to every community he touches is a great honor. I celebrate his instincts as a dancer, his instincts as an actor, and I celebrate his instincts as a singer. He's the whole package. Love you, Carl.
I love you too.
Whitney, that was so beautiful. Oh my goodness.
Well, he
Carl.
deserves
Yeah.
it. Incredible. And Claire, thank you so much for having me on and letting me talk and give flowers to Carl.
Yes, yes, of
Thank
course. Thank you so much for being a part. Carl, did you have something you
thank
want to
you.
say?
I'm lost for words right now. That was
Perfect.
that was beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank
Oh,
you.
Love you, darling.
love
I love you
you.
too.
Thank you, Whitney. Thank you so much. Oh, Carl.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
That
does that feel
mm,
to get your flowers, now?
yeah. I've heard a lot of those things before, and to hear them again is kind of refreshing. It makes me feel like don't stop doing what you're doing. The Lord has
Yes.
blessed you a certain way, and you're not like other people. Don't
Yes.
succumb to how they are. Continue to be
Yes.
like you are.
Come
So,
on now, encourager. You better tell it. All right, well, let's go back to I was stalking your Facebook and I saw this guy.
uh,
Who is
what you do?
Jason? He said, I am pro anything Carl with a K Robinson. I can't read that
Jason
word.
Gearhart.
Who is that?
Jason Gearhart. When I was really trying to work and become an artist in theater, I guess you could say, I started working with a nonprofit, and Jason came into this nonprofit, and I was like his assistant. So I would
Oh.
like print copies and uh, take kids to class and pass out paperwork and get them settled. And I kind of like worked under him for a while, and I learned a lot of things. And then he moved on to another job. Boom, I'm your boss again, Carl. And he's giving me chance time. I mean, we've worked on stage together. Yeah, I've worked with Mr. Jason a lot, and just to switch gears to go from like the teacher, the assistant, to now he's my boss, and he's telling me, "Hey, Carl, I want you to teach this class. Hey, can you do this? I need you on time. I need you to be on time. Turn your box back in when you're finished working." And it's kind of pretty cool to get to work with someone twice, and the experience is just as great as it was the first time I first met him.
Oh wow. Well, I was just stalking your Facebook. I was like, somebody loves Carl. And here he is.
No, hey, Jason.
Hey, Carl, how are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I just want to jump in here. This is showering a lot on Carl right now, and I think you totally deserve it, man.
Oh,
I know over a year ago, when I was asked to present your Larry Riley Rising Star Award at the annual Ostranders, I was honored with that privilege and that responsibility, just like I was honored when Claire asked me to come and speak to you today, because you were one of those performers and artists in town that I will drop and do anything for. They're like, hey, Carl's doing this show in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, I will go see Carl do that show. Carl is wanting to teach. I will give him an opportunity to teach. And it's because of your spirit. And as Whitney said, that you were also very drama free. I think your spirit and your passion, your inspiration that you bring to every moment is why I like working with you a whole lot. And I got really excited recently. I've announced all of our fall classes, and I had a parent reach out to me like, is Mr. Carl teaching? And that lets me know that the community I work with also respects you and wants their children to work with you, because you bring a lot of fun to the classroom. And I know you're still learning, you're still growing as an instructor. What I will say is continue to have that the confidence you have as an instructor. I know you're still looking for opportunities and wanting to grow that. And I've seen some amazing stuff happen over the last few years. Yeah. And you're wonderful on stage. We have performed many a time. I remember me faking tap in many a show alongside you.
yeah,
And,
it's okay.
Penguin, and you getting me on stage in a giant snowman outfit that was barely staying
Yeah.
on, and my life was
Mm-hmm.
dependent on you. And I got through those performances because of you. So thank you.
You did. You're
I thought I
welcome.
was going to fall in front of a full audience and embarrass myself, but I didn't. Thanks to your support, always.
Uh,
Oh,
thanks, Jason. Thanks.
You're so welcome.
Those were the days. Those were the days.
Those were.
and you know what? You were supposed to meet with Jason today, and you told him you had
Mm-hmm.
something else. Now look what you have. There he still is. Jason, I
I'll
just
still
want
see
to.
you very soon.
Jason, thank you so much for taking the time to shower Carl with his flowers right now.
Thank you.
Yes. Whoa, let's read some of these comments, Carl. Let's see. So,
Oh, comment.
oh, Yes, I got
Hey,
comments too. Hey, Linda. Linda's still here. Hey, Linda. Hey, Amelia. Hey, Sissy. Hey,
hey,
girl. Hello, Sacagawea. Hello, hello. Hello,
hey.
Pamela. Hello, hello. Jay said you brought a word, brother. You brought
Oh,
a
thank you.
word. Yes, 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 yes. And of course, I commented, we celebrating you today. We're celebrating you. And Jay say, yes, support, support, support. Yes. So now we're going to go into my little section that is, I do a little PowerPoint presentation, kind of like this is your life type of situation. So here we
Mhm.
are. This is your life. Not really, but yeah.
What kind? Yeah.
All right, Carl Robinson with the K. You better let
Wow.
everybody know. All right, so
Oh
I
man.
have this. I took this picture.
Woo!
Tell us about this picture because this is the first place I met you.
Yep, 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 yep.
Where
Overton High School, class of
Overton,
2012.
2012.
Um, Michael Hoots, he was a teacher at Overton. I think he's still there.
Mm-hmm.
I took him for like, what was it? Like, it's like life wellness. It teaches you about all the things that you would need to know growing up,
Yeah.
maybe how to cook a little bit, how to differentiate between colors, what's
Yes.
high fashion, what's androgynous fashion. Like we
Yes.
kind of hit the realm of a lot of things. And he knew Debbie Allen. Debbie Allen was coming to the University of Memphis to do a discussion where I think she just talked about her career in theater, and I got to go. I was the last person almost to ask her a question, but the person in front of me took long, so I
Oh.
didn't get to ask him a question. But I got to be in the same room with Debbie Allen, someone who my mom was like, "Hey, you should watch Fame." I got to do Fame in high school.
Yeah, you
Got to
sure
watch the
did.
TV show, and Miss Debbie Allen was fierce, legs for days, and it was
Yes.
amazing. West
Yes.
Side Story, she was just as brilliant.
Yes.
It was just amazing to be in the same room with her, to shake
Yes.
her hand.
Icon.
Yes, most
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
Most definitely.
And I met you in 2011. You were a junior, I
Huh?
believe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and these were some of the school plays that you did. See, I want everybody to
Yes,
know
yes.
that we meaning me, myself, and I, here at Let's Be Clear About It, we honor everybody at every capacity of this journey. So you did
Yes.
Fame, you did
Well,
Annie, you did Grease,
agree.
and then you tell me about
It's
your
a
high
it's a
school. Tell me how you even got started. Let's start there. How did you get started in theater and dance?
okay. Well, I'll go all the way back. Seventh grade, Sherwood Middle School. My mom told me, "You're gonna get in band." And I was like, "Ma, I don't want to get in band." She's like, "Get in it. Try it. It's something new, something different." Because at this time, I knew I wanted to dance. When I
Mm-hmm.
was in sixth grade, I was the only boy on a dance team, and a lot of younger boys in fourth and fifth grade saw me and immediately joined the team. It went from
Ooh.
one boy to like maybe 10, and
Wow.
that was really something. And then I went on to seventh grade, Sherwood, got in band, started playing the clarinet. The first musical I ever saw in band was West Side Story, and it had my attention from beginning to when my class wouldn't shut up, so my teacher turned off the movie.
Mm.
But I was able to watch it, and from that moment, I was like, I like that. Shortly after, in this same year, the choir teacher invited students to do this after-school program. Didn't know who Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater was, but Ailey too was going around to different schools. It was like an outreach thing.
Mm-hmm.
From the moment I hit the Cook Convention Center and watched those people bend and stretch and turn and leap on this stage, I was like, yeah, ma, I want to dance. Years later,
Yes.
go to high school, found out I'm at a performing arts school. You're not in band because it's Kappa, but they have dance. I missed my bus going home trying to get in dance class. And my mom was very upset. Then when I explained it to her, she was like, oh, well, don't let it happen again. Yes, ma'am. But I got
Yes,
in dance,
ma'am.
and I hadn't looked back since. And I always wanted to dance. Dance was always right here. I always wanted to dance. Then my junior year of high school, right before I met you, We were doing Annie. The art teacher said, "Hey, Carl, come here. I want to talk to you about something." And I went over there and I said, "Hey," and we talked. And he said, "Carl, you should do musical theater." And I told him, I was like, "What's musical theater?" He said, "It's what you're doing right now. You can dance, you can act, you can sing.
Yeah.
That's a triple threat. Everybody can't do all three.
Yes,
Some people
say it.
challenge in one or the other." And from that moment, I have been pursuing musical theater ever since.
Well, I tell you, you
It's kind of
have.
been like a train.
I tell you,
It's been going.
you have done a great job from when I met you
Thank
in
you.
11th grade to the man that you've become in this entire profession. You have taken theater by storm here in our local area, and not just the
Yeah.
high school productions, but you also did Joseph and the amazing
Mhm.
Technicolor Dreamcoat. You did
Yep.
Camp Rock
Yep.
over at Circuit.
Huh?
You did
Yep. Yep. That was my
Camp
first
Rock,
one.
and then you just kept going. I see you everywhere. I'm like,
Yeah.
if there's a production, Carl's in it apparently, and then you just kept
Mhm.
going.
Yep. Yep.
What show is this?
This is Schoolhouse Rock.
Schoolhouse Rock, and another Overton alum is there.
Yeah. Kylan
Yes,
Owens. He
Kylan
surely
Owens.
is.
Yeah, and
He
then I'm
surely
seeing
is.
you all everywhere now. I'm seeing
Them
y'all
girls.
together apart, but I'm seeing
Memphis.
y'all really taking it, really following through with your passions. And recently, you
Yeah.
even were a part of an award-winning production, Jelly's Last Jam at Hattie's. So
Yeah.
you've done productions pretty much. I want to say in at least 75% of the theaters here in Memphis. How
Mhm.
does that make you
Yeah.
feel?
I'm grinding. I'm on my hustle. If a theater has a production and I'm able to audition, I'm going to audition. I'm gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel good. I remember when Hattie Lou was, what street was that on? In their little small theater,
Oh
then go
yeah,
from this
Marshall.
theater to this, yeah, on Marshall, to this big new theater. You can do a little bit more grander productions. Your set can be a little bit more bigger. Like it's really cool to have the Black Repertoire Theater, and you get to do a show with the all black cast and directed by a black director, and it motivates you. You know, it
Yeah,
really does.
yeah. And congratulations on winning that Ostrander with the entire company.
Oh,
How did that
thank
feel?
you.
This time the Ostranders were online, so how did that feel compared to
I was at,
previously when you've seen it or been a part of it?
I, I was at home cutting up, screaming and clapping, and like I was losing it. I was losing it. And
Oh man.
both my lead and supporting both won Ostenders. My director won an Ostrander. My music director won an Ostrander. Like so, it was cool. We got nominated for what 10 of them,
Yeah, I
I
think
think
11. I think it was 11.
11.
Yeah.
That's really good.
That's a lot.
Best
I was like, come on.
ensemble, production,
Yes,
choreography.
choreographer.
It was
Yeah,
yeah
director. You got
yeah.
my girl Tammy
It was
Holt there.
Timmy Slay all day.
So I want to talk to you briefly about, 2018, 2019, when
Yeah.
you won the Larry Riley Rising Star Award, like Jason alluded to, and he's talked about really. Tell
Mhm,
me, you shared this story with me, and people who watch the show, they know that we talk,
mhm.
my guest and I, we talk a little bit beforehand. So tell me a little
Yeah.
bit about how this made you feel, especially in light of where you were at the time you got this award in
Yeah.
your life.
We had just finished Hairspray. Hairspray was amazing. I love Hairspray. I was in the 8th grade when I first saw the movie, and I almost cried the entire time. And I kept asking my mom, "Oh, mom, rewind it." She was like, "You got to get through the movie first." And it was, it.
It blew your mind.
I want to do this show. It's how I felt after seeing this.
Yeah.
I had met some people in Hairspray like that I might have already known or became new friends with, and it was people who sometimes couldn't see the light in their lives and who were filled with a lot of darkness. And now me and some of these people are really good friends, like really good friends. We talk all the
Yeah.
time. She know who she is. we've gotten really close, and that really touched me. And she was willing to, hey, how are you getting home? Blah 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 blah. Get in the car. Are you
Mm.
sure? Yes, get in the car. She was taking me home. Yes, I was using the bus system to get where I needed to get because I didn't have a car at the time. Still don't. It's okay. There's Lyft and Uber now, so it makes things easier.
Yes,
But
it
I
sure
didn't mind
does.
taking the bus. I did not. And I did what I had to do to get to my rehearsals. And I was on my way home. Mind you, the only thing I knew was that Hairspray got nominated for uh, Best Production of a Musical. So we were due to perform at the Oscar. Well, I
Mm-hmm.
was on my way to get on the bus, and Jason Gearhart stopped and said, "Hey, Carl, you need a ride?" This was random. Now, mind you, I stand at this corner all the time, and I see a lot of different normal Playhouse faces coming down the street. And I saw Jason, and I was like, well, I'm going to the Kroger. Can you take me up there? And he said, sure. And he proceeds to drive me. And he alludes to the question, so are you going to be at the Ostranders? I said, yes, sir. I'll be there. I'll be there. He said, okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. Get to the Ostranders, nervous. Me and my good friend, we ride together. Her name is Me and my good friend rode together to the theater, and
Yes.
we went in, uh, found our seat, enjoyed the festivities and everything that was going on, other performances and other nominations being won.
Yeah.
Went on stage, performed our number for Hairspray. Then we came back to the audience. A few more awards
Oh,
went to go out, and
yes.
then Jason walks on stage and he begins to read this very beautiful speech. Now, mind you, I'm sitting in the seat, kind of feeling like a sense of awe, like, wow, this is really cool. Like listening to him, but still just being amazed
Taking
that
it
I'm
all
at this
in.
awesome award show. Yes.
Yeah.
And he keeps talking, and he mentions like Dancing Angel, be patient, God has a plan. I was like, I've said that before. Oh, this they must be talking about somebody really good. Mind you, he gives whole mention about the snowman that I helped him not die in on stage.
Yeah.
Still didn't process any of it.
Oh, wow.
Not one bit of it. Oh, excuse me. Then he gets to the part where he talks about the bus system. He says something like, and this person never navigates our city's bus system. And this is no easy task. And I looked at my friend, and my mouth dropped, her mouth dropped. Then I looked back front, and it's just like I felt like I was sinking in my seat, and I was like, oh my goodness, he's talking about me.
Oh,
He's talking
Carl.
about me.
Oh,
And he says and
Carl.
says and says and says, and I present the Larry Riley Rising Star Award to Mr. Karl Witha K Robinson, and I just couldn't believe it. I hurried up and put that coat on and walked around. It was like, let me find the steps, went on up the steps, and I just looked at the audience, held the plaque, took a bow, and walked off. I could not believe it. And then
Oh.
another someone who does theater, she works backstage. She helps dress us. She was there to greet me, and I just gave her the biggest hug. If she watches this,
Oh.
she'll know who she is too. And I couldn't believe it. I got backstage and I was trying to get my phone so I could text my brother. I couldn't get out the words. And I was like, what am I trying to say? I won an award. I won an award. And he said, you what? I said, I won an award. He said, oh, bro, that's cool. And I was like, tell mama. He said, no, that's for you. You tell her when you get home. So I had that little conversation with my brother. Then I went back. I can't remember who gave me the next thing that was given to me, which was a check, and I was not expecting that. And then she
Yeah.
told me how much it was, and I was like, "Wait, what?" She's like, "Yeah, this is for you to help further your
Further your
theatrical
career.
career." And I was like, "Wow!" I was dumbfounded from the walk backstage back to my seat. I could not process.
Oh,
And what
man.
a lot of people don't know is that I had prayed about something like that, not receiving an award, but it was like, you try so hard and you do theater and you work and you work and you work, and
Say it.
sometimes you don't get recognition or you don't get praise from maybe your director or maybe your choreographer, or maybe you just wanted that validation.
Yeah.
And I was just like, Lord, you praise me enough. You've blessed me enough with these gifts and talents,
Yeah. Say
and I'm
it.
thankful for it. And I just said, but Lord, I want something too. And I left it in his hands. 6 months later,
Bam.
here you go. Wait a minute. Wait. I didn't think it was going to happen that soon, because I prayed that prayer in this same year, like as
Mm-hmm.
all of this was happening, from auditioning for a lead character, but not getting the lead character and giving another position.
Yeah.
And instead of saying no, you said yes. And that yes just became more yeses and more yeses and more yeses and more yeses. And I was
Yes.
completely dumbfounded
You
to the
know,
fact that I
just
got that award.
just knowing you from when you were a kid to knowing you as a man now, and just seeing you
Yeah.
stay consistent and persist through it all. I I just had to have you on the show so that way you can also encourage younger people,
Yeah.
because this is not easy. And your story, you're not letting anything hold you back. You got a car. You ain't got no car.
No.
Do you make it to rehearsal?
Yeah.
How late are you
On
to
time too.
rehearsal
It might have happened twice,
in all of
and
these
I was
shows?
sick. Yep. You never hear no stage manager. Where's Carl? Right here.
That's what I'm
And Mike
talking about.
and Mike check. Mm-hmm.
Come on, yes, brother.
Jolie.
Yes, yes,
On
yes.
time. Regardless of if I had to, and most times, everybody's supposed to be at mic check. And sometimes you do shows where people don't want to come to mic check, but that's
Yeah,
okay. You do better. You
yeah,
do what you're supposed to do. That
yes.
prop table with them props on it, if they don't belong to you, don't touch
Mm.
them. Don't you touch them. And it's the ethics of theater. When you
Yes,
get in theater, you take it serious. And when I was in high school, I liked doing it. So I took it serious.
you
I
sure
took
did.
costume changes serious. I took hanging up my costume. And that was before I knew about professional theater and them fining you $1 to $5 for having to hang up your costume.
Yep,
That happened to me twice in all of my time performing. I got 2 warnings. I said, you won't be taking money out of my check.
I know
So
that's
I
right.
hung up my costume and
I know
put them
that's right.
up like I'm
And, s-
supposed to.
and see, people don't realize that there are a lot of things for actors to do
Yeah.
before we even get on stage. So tell me, with
Mm-hmm.
all the shows that you've done, like you've done table readings, right?
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
done table reads. Wait, let me say hello to some people who are here watching you. Praise the Lord, First Lady and Karl Witha
Hey.
Hey, Chris.
Hey.
Here go Nadia. Do you remember
Hey,
Nadia?
Nadia. Yep.
Yes. And Linda, sweet Linda says, God bless you, young man. God bless
Thank
you.
you.
So
Thank you.
tell me about your table reads. Which one was probably the most fun table read, and which one was probably the most nerve-wracking table read? So a
Mm.
table read, for those who don't know, is when after you've booked the show, the first day, usually the first day or two, usually just one day, everybody in the
Mhm.
cast, the main support, like lead, supporting, featured, and ensemble come together and read the script together and sing the songs. And there's no piano, there's no music, no costume. It's just sitting literally at a table and reading the
Read
play
the
and
whole
singing the
show.
song. Yeah. So tell
Yep.
me, how was it for you? Let me change it. How was it for you for your first professional table read?
Ooh. Okay. Well, I'll I'll say I've done a couple. I've done a couple,
Yeah.
but the top three
Okay, here we go.
was Madagascar as
Okay.
Marty, and to read in character and
Yes.
try to emulate everything that he was feeling as you learn about the show and the characters and playing off characters with everyone else in the room. And
Yes.
then it was what was number three? It was on the tip of my tongue. It'll come back to me. My my third one, it was the scariest. I didn't even audition for the show. My
Oh.
friend said the production manager saw you in a show. She said, "Can you come to rehearsal next week?" I said, "Sure." And on the spot, the director said, "Okay, Carl, I want you to read for this character." He was an older man. an older, like old, like 81, and he had a
Mhm.
certain way about him. And I had to do a scene with two people at two different times playing the same character.
Oh
I've never done that
yes,
before. Like
yes.
he didn't know me from Adam to Eve. He said, "Can you read this part?" And I read it, and it was like, "Oh, son, that was good. Okay." And went on with rehearsal, and I got to sit through rehearsal and hear everybody read and hear everybody portray their characters. Oh, my last one, I did Junie B. Jones is not a crook. Our table read, I played Ricardo, a little kid, and I played the principal. Well, I gave the principal a southern slur. He had like
Of
a
course.
a little southern accent, and it was kind of deep. And I had somebody, I don't know what this man's name was, but I know him because I've seen him a lot. Seen him a lot. He asked me, he was like, "What made you give the principal a southern accent?" I was like, "I don't know. I just liked it." And my director said, "Keep it. It was great." And he's like, "Oh no." He was like, "Okay, good, good." I just was curious. I thought it was great too. And that was
he
that was
he didn't
pretty
know
good. And he was like,
it was him.
"Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
funny. That's
yeah,
funny.
yeah,
Well,
yeah."
I tell me something. Like we were talking about before, with all that's going
Hmm.
on in theater, all that's going on in our society, how are you as a black man, as a black theater performer, as a dancer, as an actor, as
Hmm.
a singer, how are you navigating theater? How are you navigating your art? What are you doing and what are you telling yourself during these times?
Whew. The world is in some really dark places right now as far as race and people and equality, and it's just a lot. And me being black in theater, I think I've grown a thick skin, or growing a thicker skin from kind of growing up and being in theater programs, if not at school, but like out in the world where there were times where I was the only black boy, I was the
Yeah.
only black person in the room, and I was treated with nothing but love. And I never had a. It did make you feel weird at some points, like as I got up the ladder to professional theater, and now I'm like not auditioning, but getting referrals and stuff like that. Like, hey, I want to send you a set. Can you read this and come audition next Wednesday for the director? Never happening like that before. And then going to rehearsal and sometimes being the only black person for a moment and you feel ostracized from some of the other people. I've definitely experienced things like that. But then they see your worth ethic, and they're like, wow, this guy's serious. And their whole demeanor about you changed. Maybe they were feeling that you were arrogant, and I'm none of those things.
Right.
I was just trying to work and be present and be bold and be right in being black, if that makes sense. Like
That makes sense to me.
a lot of people try to put the bad annotation for black people that were never on time, that were always late, that were lazy, that we don't want to work and we don't want to try
We
hard.
don't take
And
it
in my
seriously. This is
yeah,
we have no skill, no
yeah,
talent, no gifts, no abilities. Yep.
hmm
I've been there.
and the Lord has blessed me to say, I see differently.
Yay!
My life has been nothing but a blessing. I can't say it enough. I wouldn't have believed you if you told me when I was in sixth grade, and so you think you can dance was on TV, and Dance Wars was on TV, and I'm watching these TV shows that, hey, Carl, that's gonna be you someday. I would have never
Hmm.
believed it. I would have never
I
believed it.
I saw it, honey. I saw it. I saw it in many of my students, and you were definitely one of them who uh,
Yeah,
you graced the stage on Grease. You and Kylan together, y'all were like the dynamic duo. Your dancing is impeccable. Your
yeah.
singing is
Thank
on
you.
par. I'm just like, I'm super amazed at how much you are willing to push past your
Yeah.
own, sometimes your own limiting beliefs and life
Hmm.
circumstances, but to
Yeah.
still keep yourself faithful to what you know you've been created to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Yes, ma'am.
hope that you continue to be that light for different people, whether they're my age,
Mhm.
hey, or whether they're
Okay.
your age or even younger than both of us, that you continue to
Yeah.
be that example. Because people have nothing but great things to say about you, and that's why I had to have Whitney come on and Jason, because I knew first of all that would
Yeah.
surprise you, and
Yeah.
and secondly,
Wasn't expecting that.
I didn't tell you about that part. And it's just been great to talk with you. Tell me, what has been your most embarrassing time on stage, and what probably one of your the show that you felt was like, this is the show that made me feel most like a performer, an actor, a singer, a dancer. This is the show. So give me the embarrassment, then give me the this is the show.
Okay. Embarrassment. My biggest one. Jelly slash jam. So we were yeah. So we were able to Dennis let us go out with the acting. Like he wanted it to be realistic as possible, like make them feel what's going on. Well,
Right.
we had a scene, we were in Harlem. This is the scene set in Harlem. And Jelly comes to the club to play his old music that we're not too fond of. So we
Okay.
were able, with our set pieces to make drinks. I made me a fake little drink that kind of looked like bourbon. It was Coke and ginger ale, or like ginger ale and like a little bit of water. And it was only supposed to be so much in the cup. Well, this
Okay.
day, I think I forgot to drink more than I normally did before I went on stage. And I went on stage, Harlem, in character. We on stage, bopping and singing and doo-wopping. And the drink in my cup says, and I saw it. And I said, oh no. And it hit the floor. It hit the floor. And all I was thinking was like, either I'm going to miss it or I'm going to touch it. And as soon as I thought, touch it, slip, and I hit the ground. Stage left. They saw it, and I completely threw them off because I think they were dumbfounded. Did Carl just fall? I surely did. I'm not perfect. My dance partner to my right, I drunk that drink so fast because I drunk it before I fell.
Yeah.
Hit the
Okay.
ground. Oh, jumped up, put my cup on the table, and the panic in her eyes was like, mind you, we're on stage and we're supposed to be doing this dance, and I just
Yep.
grabbed her hand and did it, turned around and turned her and brought her back to me. And she was looking at me, and I was trying to tell her with my eyes, I'm okay. I'm okay. And after the scene, I wish y'all could have saw Backstage. It was hilarious. Carla, you okay?
Oh.
I just couldn't believe that Carla hit the ground. Ron was like, boy, you jumped up so fast. You
Ah.
jumped up so fast.
Oh my
You
goodness.
jumped up because you had somewhere to be. It was
Yes.
hilarious. It, wa- it was
Yes.
it
I
was one of
love
my
it.
most memorable flutes. It was one of my most memorable, and it let me know you're not perfect,
Yeah,
and I
no one's
love it.
perfect.
A lot of things have happened to me on stage. A
Yeah.
panel popped off on stage before, and I was in front of it, and I caught it with my foot, and then tried to nail it back into the set, and try to
Wow.
get the stage manager's attention. Like, y'all need to come fix this during intermission. But yeah, that was that was the funniest.
What about that one show that made you feel like this is the beginning for you? This is this is the show that's making me an actor, a
I
performer.
think it. I, can I say two?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, after like a 3 year hiatus, like from high school to like trying to find where I was going, I got to be in Dreamgirls in 2016.
You sure did.
That lit a that lit a fire under me that said, "Hey, you can still do this." And then what made me feel this is it? I'm growing. It's nothing but higher from here. It was Madagascar. I
Hmm.
was Marty, and I led the show,
Yeah.
and Whitney trusted me. Like her critiques for me were so minimal. I was like, "Oh my gosh, am I doing good or bad?" She was like, "Well, honey, if I don't give you none, you obviously doing something good." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, okay." And I kept with it, and I kept growing. I had another fellow Ostrander winner in that show with me as well. She played that little funky hippo.
Who you talking
Miss
about, Brianna
Brianna Tillman.
Tillman?
Yes,
We'll
ma'am.
see her soon on Let's Be Clear About It.
Yeah. And she just kind of nurtured me and helped me prepare to take on the role.
Yes.
She found out before I did. We were in a show when she found out, and she told me while we were on stage. She wrote it on a piece of paper and
Oh.
slid it to me. And we're supposed to be in character on stage, and my face said, "Oh!" And she said, "Okay." And I went back to being a kid, and I just started coloring even more. It was the show that helped me. I think that helped define me. Like, Carl, you can act. You have a lot of range with your voice. You can do a lot of things. You can be
Yes.
quirky and childlike and make people love it. And Marty, Marty did that for me.
Oh, that's
I
beautiful.
my mindset for being on stage and taking on a role and acting. What would Marty do? Do it. Okay, let's do it. And
I heard that.
it's kind of a it kind of pushed me into trying to do bigger, to go for it, to
Yeah.
go for it. If it's just a play, give it a shot. You've never done a straight play before. See how it goes. And I
Yeah.
found out twice this year that that was possible, that you can act.
Yeah. So, what's
And
one thing that you cannot do? What's that thing where you feel like I can't do this, but you talk yourself into it and realize that you can? What's that one thing?
okay, so I can't read sheet music really good. Although I was in band and I played the clarinet, I know those notes, but it was on the piano trying to find your note. No, can't do that. But thank God I have a good ear. I
Yeah.
can I can match my pitch really nice, or if I forget my note, the person singing next to me, I can catch it and know my note. Or sing around three different people, like in Hairspray, where we had to sing "It Takes Two" together, and I was the
Mm-hmm.
only bass bass tenor on that side, and I had to hold my own note, and we sang
Yeah.
great. We
So
sounded
nothing.
really good.
So you're basically saying that nothing's gonna stop you from doing what you know you need to do.
I always wanted to learn how to flip. I think it was the fear of getting over my head or going backwards, but I'm not giving up on that dream. I'm going to learn how to flip one
I
day.
know that's right. Let me tell you, when you do learn it, come back on this show and give us 1, 2 flips.
Okay, I surely will. I surely will.
All right, now we're going to go into a section that is pretty new to us. This is a book by James Lipton. When Carl
Mm,
was one of my students in his 11th year of education, um,
mhm,
we used to have film Fridays, and we watched Inside the Actor Studio we saw Dave Chappelle, we saw Bradley Cooper, Jim
mhm,
Carrey.
mhm.
I think we saw.
Huh.
Did we see Chris Rock?
I think he was on a
Chris
segment too.
Rock. We
Yeah.
saw. So we watched a lot of Inside the Actor Studio every Friday. It was also a chance for me to catch up on some work.
Yeah.
Yes. Mhm. For those theater teachers out there, that was a little note for you. All right, so
Preoccupy us with TV.
yes, and they will watch. So there was always a list of questions that he would ask the guests. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm
Mhm.
gonna go ahead and ask you the G-rated version of these questions. And if your answer
Okay.
is R-rated, feel free to just say R-rated, and we'll keep trucking.
Okay.
Okay. What
Okay.
is your favorite word?
My favorite word.
Your favorite
Oh.
word. I'll tell you. Homer Simpson said marshmallow.
Mhm.
Angelina Jolie said now. And Robert De Niro said refinement. What's your favorite word?
Oh.
It doesn't have to be epic like this, just anything.
Okay. Humble.
Humble. What is your least favorite word?
Depressed.
Depressed. Oh, wow, that's good. What makes you happy?
Being able to help my family. I know a lot of
Oh,
people would have thought I would have said theater or dancing, but it's being able to, in times of need, to be able to provide for my family. And I like that.
what makes you sad?
when my friends are sad and I can see that they're sad and they tell me that they're okay and I know they're
Mm.
not. So we go into what's wrong? Tell me. Yeah.
Tell me. I can tell. Say something.
Yeah.
Stop
Yeah.
lying. All right.
Uh-huh.
Here's another question. What sound or noise do you love? Here are some answers. Eddie Murphy said silence. I love the sound of nothing. While let's see who else is here. Jay Leno says engines racing. So, what sound or noise do you love?
When you're outside and it's really quiet and you can hear the wind and it
Oh.
rushes past your face or like it twinkles through your ears. That's a really beautiful. I like that sound.
What
I like
sound
that.
or noise do you hate? I'll tell you here that Tom Hanks said, unlike Eddie Murphy, he hates the emptiness of a house. And Robert Downey Jr. says he hates custom ringtones.
Oh, that's me. I like custom ringtones.
I do
Uh,
too. What sound or noise do
when
you hate?
when you trying to go to sleep and the mosquitoes or a fly or a bug buzz around your ear and you trying to
Man.
sleep,
Oh, you ain't
I
never
can't
lying.
do it.
I
I
had to
can't do
Google
it.
why are they always on our ears? Man.
Well, did you find the answer?
Huh? Yes, yes. It's
Did you?
because because the ear has a certain scent that no other place in the body does, and they're drawn to that
Oh,
scent.
wow.
That's for
Okay.
every flying thing.
Okay.
We got 3 pages of what's your favorite curse word. We'll pass on that. What profession would you like to attempt? Let's see
Being a
who we got.
chef,
Being a what?
a chef.
A chef. Oh,
I
wow.
I also like to cook.
Really?
I before I wanted to be a dancer, I really thought about being a chef.
Are you
Irma
sure?
Lagasse, Paula Dean, Rachel Ray, Bobby
What?
Flay. I was a
Hey,
Food Network kid.
well, let me introduce you to one of my best friends. Her name is Aisha Williams, and she has a
Hmm.
Facebook page called Cooking with Aisha. So
Okay.
I will tag you to join that because she be cooking. We used to be
Okay.
roommates,
I go
and
watch.
let me tell you, she was the first person to introduce me to homemade chicken fried rice, and I about fell in love with that girl. I knew this was a.
Oh.
I was like, girl, I'm talking about
Finger looking good.
finger licking good. Oh, what profession would you not like to attempt?
Like anything that dealt with like going under the water to have
Oh,
to do
okay.
stuff because I don't know how to swim.
Yeah, I don't
So
either.
no go. I don't want to, I wouldn't want to do that. No submarines, no underwater welding, no. No, no, no.
Underwater welding. Wow, that's very specific.
There are careers for that.
Yeah,
There are
there are.
careers for that.
Johnny Depp said President of the United States.
Yeah,
And
okay.
let's see. Selma Hayek says, you know those porta potties? Somebody has to go in there and clean them. That would be the one job.
Yep, I can believe it.
Me
I would
too.
agree.
Me too. All right. And the last question. When you get to heaven, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Mm. Well done, my good and faithful servant.
All right, I
That's what
hear
I want
you.
to hear the Lord.
I know that's
Does
right.
that mean you worked hard and you tried to, ooh, because living this Christian walk, it can be hard. It can be hard. But the
Yeah,
Lord is faithful and He don't give us more than we can bear.
I
So
heard
you
that.
strive and you strive and you strive
I heard
until your
that.
work on earth is done.
Come on with it. Come on with it. Let's see. Jamie Foxx said
Mhm.
on Fridays we'll have a fish fry. Saturday, Saturday we'll play football. Sunday we'll go to church and the preacher won't ask you for any money.
Okay.
Okay, Jamie
Still
Foxx.
won't.
And then let me see who else. Jennifer Lopez says, "You're safe.
Mhm.
No paparazzi here."
No
I think
camera.
I'm gonna go ahead
No
and
camera.
continue. No cameras? Are you serious? Well, I'm gonna take you backstage, give you a chance to warm up. I'm gonna give you a chance to warm up your voice because today Karl has said that he would bless our folks. Those who are watching live, those who are watching on the replay, you get to see him in his triple threat action, but two parts. This is the first
Yeah.
for, let's be clear about it. We get to see you dance and we get to hear you sing. So let me take you backstage. Okay? And then we'll bring you right back, okay? Y'all! That's Karl. That's Karl. He was one of my students. Y'all don't know how that makes me feel. Just to be able to see him, grow up. It's just. Rika says, about time. I wasn't able to join. Oh, you were able to make it, sis. It's okay. It's okay. You're catching it right before he does his dance. And this is one of my former students. And I'm just so. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be graced with his talent. And you'll see why he's so amazing and why people want to see him, want to have him in the show. And if you have any young people who are interested in being in theater, despite what's going on in our world, they want to continue in their craft. They want to they just want to be a part of what it is about. Invite them to watch these episodes, and also specifically this one, because I knew Karl when he was in 11th grade. This brother is he's a grown man right now. That shows you what 42 looks like. All right, y'all. Also, I wanted to give a shout out to my girl who always gives me the best jewelry up in here. I'm not going to even tell y'all that I'm getting converters anymore. I'm just going to do it like this. One day I'll get the converters and then somebody will notice. But Monica always blesses me with the jewelry. Look at how cool I look. Like I'm young. Hey Trish. Good to see you, sis. Good to see you. And let me see if there's something else I wanted to mention. I can't think of it right now. So he's stretching backstage. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready, Karl. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to some and reacquaint to others my little boo thing, Karl Witha K Robinson. Go ahead, Karl. I see you.
I'm gonna dance a cappella, okay?
That's
Here
fine.
we go.
That's fine.
5, 6, ready, and. Was that good enough?
That was perfect. That was perfect. Let me tell you,
Okay.
I'm one of those people. I can't 5, 6, 7, or 8. Okay, I can move 1.5, 1.75. Go
I
on,
gave you a quick
Karl.
1-2, a quick 1-2.
You sure did. And then that. Oh, come on with it. Come on with it.
Thank you, thank
All
you.
right.
Oh, you want me to sing too? I forgot. Okay, here we go. This feeling's like no other. I want you to know I never had someone that knows me like you do, the way you do. I never had someone as good for me as you. No one like you. So long before I finally found what I've been looking for. Do 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 do. Oh, do 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 do. Whoa.
Yes, come with it. Well, Karl, thank thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for being one of my guests on this show, joining your name with all the other wonderful people who have stopped by. I thank you so much for taking the time to be here and to share your experience through this entire journey for you. You still have many, many, many years to go, but I wanted to be
Thank
one of
you
the
so much.
first in the world to give you a chance to interview, as well as to share your gift, your knowledge, your skills, your expertise, and your experience through life with everybody. Do you have any final
Yeah.
words you want to say to anyone, whether they are, contemplating being in theater or dance, or just anything you want to say? Oh, internet.
It's okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're out there and you want to do theater or you want to dance or you want to act or you want to sing, I want you to take your time. Be okay with being patient, with having to wait, because I had to do it for a long time. You wait and you wait and you wait. But in the waiting, keep striving, keep working, because the Lord is faithful. And He saw me through, and I know He'll see you through too.
Thank you, Carl. I received that. Trust me. I
Please
appreciate
receive
you.
it.
Yes, I appreciate you, Carl. Thank you so much for
Oh,
being here
thank you.
today. You're welcome.
You're
You're
welcome.
welcome. Oh, you guys. You guys, that was Carl. That was Carl. I can't wait to see where his path continues to take him. I can't wait to see where this journey continues to go, y'all. And let's just remember, we saw it here. We heard him here. We saw him dancing here first. Let's be clear about it. So I just wanted, I just wanted to thank you. Thank you, Karl Witha K Robinson, for taking the time to be here with us and sharing your gift, your talents, and your experiences with us. We really appreciate you. And thank you to Whitney Brandon, as well as Jason, for stopping by and showering him with love and light and encouragement, supporting him to let him know that he is an amazing performer and that his work is not going unnoticed. So thank you all for being here. Thanks for being here with me today. Thank you so much. You know I love you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Hey, come on, hey, yes. And I'll see y'all next week when our guest will be Brianna Tillman. What? Yes. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great day. I love you. Bye bye.